All right, everyone. I am here out in the middle of Iowa, about 5 minutes away from Edinburgh Manor, where I will be investigating for not one night, but 2 nights. And I will be joined by a few members of the Midnight Shadow Society out of Louisville, Kentucky, and Coley Weber from right here in Iowa. And also tomorrow night we'll be joined by Mitch Goff of Haunted USA, and I am really looking forward to spending 2 nights in the location where I started my paranormal journey, and hopefully I get some validation tonight from the last investigation that we did back on Easter, and just hope we get interactions with the little girl in the child's room that said hello to Natalie and Piper while they were setting up in there. And then also, the main thing I want to get validation for is what happened when we were down in the basement when an Estes session was being conducted. I ventured off into the kitchen, see if I could figure out what this loud banging noise was, which I debunked. It was just a rain pelting against the side of the building. But off to my left towards the laundry room, I did hear Natalie say hello to me, or not hello, sorry. She said, "Dad," really loud, where I go, "What?" And there was no response from her, but according to what everybody said, is that she never said anything while this Estes session was going on. So I'm just hoping to get some validation on what that was, if it really was a mimic or the Joker playing tricks on us. So just looking forward to another great investigation at Edinburgh and seeing what will transpire the next couple nights. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and I am going to get back on the road and hit up the manor. Looking forward, as I said, to another great investigation at another amazing, amazing location. All right, ready whenever you are.
Whenever you are. All right. Main staircases are here. Do not have an elevator. Although I'm learning that probably if I had an elevator, no one would use it.
Is this like original stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
We literally have tried very hard to leave it like we got it.
Yeah.
We're going to go in that room there.
This is just huge. Oh, wow.
You'll get used to it. So, around 1846, the property was the original county poor farm. They had over 300 acres, and if you lived here, you worked. They wanted able-bodied people. Children would be here because they were either dropped off and left here, or say dad's out working on the farm, dad dies. Back then, females couldn't own property. So bank would come in, take the farm, mom and kids would have to go, they could come to a poor farm until they got back on their feet. This is the largest resident room in this building. The beds, the dressers, lockers, that kind of stuff was here. None of the beds had any bedding on them, but I have had groups over the years donate that. So if you're feeling sleepy, take a bed. This is also the room that has the majority of toys. We had a few toys, but a lot more come because there still are kids here. And there is a little girl that I know the most about. Her name is Suzanne, and they call her Susie. She's somewhere between the ages of 7 and 10. She was a child that was dropped off and left here. I don't know anything other than that about her, but I have heard her sing. I have heard her run up and down the hallways.
That might be who I heard.
I have seen balls roll around, dead stop on the floor. There are toys that light up and make noise. I've seen that happen when no one is around them. And occasionally toys move to different rooms. Now, I cannot say that I've actually seen it float to a different room or not, but I know that if I'm in here picking up, doing things, I know a toy is in one room and then all of a sudden it's in another room. So those kinds of things have been known to happen as well. By report, she may tug on your clothes or try to hold your hand. Now, there's other kids here. She's just the one that I know the most about. When we looked at this place, it was an actual working care facility up until November of 2010. And the company that was leasing it from the county had started in around 2004. And in 2010, they had gone to the county and they needed upgrades, but the county said no, not putting money into it, so they left. It had heat and running water when we looked at it. It had heat and running water when we bid on it. By the time we got the keys in October of 11, not quite a year afterwards, in the meantime, the county blew the lines and shut the heat off, and paint doesn't like that. So you sweep up a lot of paint, right? You know. That's fine.
Yeah.
And again, we are in the men's wing.
Okay.
A room this size, way back when, the beds were probably just lined up. They didn't know enough about mental illness, didn't know enough about that to understand that people do better when they have their own things, their own space. So they probably just shoved everybody together. And then over time, they made it a little more homey, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
We're going to go across the hall.
And just so you guys know, somewhere in this room, there is a hidden rubber duck. Project Fear style.
what?
A hidden rubber duck
Ah.
that I hid last time I was here, so.
I bet I find it.
So in the 1950s, this was actually someone's room.
Wow.
Yeah. I know some people have closets bigger than this, not me, but some people do. His bed was against the back wall, and he would have had a locker or a dresser for his belongings. Now his name is Paul, and he had always lived at home with Mom.
I heard about it. This is
Yes, it is really sad. Now, when Paul's mom passed away, his siblings didn't know what to do with him, so they stuck him in the county home, and he did not like it here. We were told he was only here for about a week, and he could have walked out the front door anytime he wanted. This was not a hospital or a locked facility. Yes, the majority of people were medicated, but they could wander away if they wanted.
Yeah. Wow.
But instead, he chose to leave by hanging himself, and he did hang himself in this room
Why do you know?
on his doorknob. And we know this because we've actually spoken to a live person who was here that day, saw him still attached, gone.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, that gentleman can't remember the exact year. He thinks it was in 53, 4, 5 time period, something like that. So this is highly likely the original door, but they turned it into their mop closet, so they would have kept their chemicals and cleaning supplies, so not original handle. Now, it is being held open with a door stopper. So if you guys come back down to this wing and this door is shut and latched, you will not be able to get back in.
Okay. Does
But-
it do that sometimes?
But if you want to hang out in here and shut the door all the way, you should be able to get back out.
Have you ever seen it shut?
Yes, I've seen it shut, and there are people that have reported being inside. They have shut the door and they had a hard time getting the door to open.
Oh.
It opens, but sometimes it's a little difficult. And always watch out for random things on the floors. You never know what I'm going to find.
It's just so big.
So now you can definitely see how we're in a wing.
Oh.
And so the balconies, you are welcome to explore those, but you'll use the staircases outside. Now, the lower balcony, the staircase is on the outside of the building, the upper is on the inside. And like I had mentioned earlier, the view from the upper balcony on the men's wing is absolutely phenomenal. You sit on a little hill, you can look out over there, and it's just really cool. The upper balcony on the women's wing, I do have that padlocked, just because the inside door was broken and I can't secure it at the moment. But there's evidence in that brickwork up there that balcony
What? Oh, right.
was completely enclosed.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't say nothing. There's no evidence on the men's side of any kind of enclosure whatsoever. So on purpose, they enclosed the upper balcony of the women's wing.
Okay.
Don't exactly know why. Now, each wing also has back staircases, and you don't have to use them. The thing about the staircases in the wings are that occasionally they do that. And they may do that when you're somewhere else.
Okay.
So doors slam, chairs slide, you can hear shuffling, those kinds of things are common. When we first got the place, I made sure the dog stayed on this side because this door slams really hard.
Oh.
I don't want her to get hurt.
Yeah.
But for years, I'd be like, dang, where's the dog? And I'd come down to an end and she's in the stairwell. I'm like, dude. So I just assumed she snuck by me. I wasn't thinking.
No way.
But there was a time where probably 6 or 7 of us were on the second floor and the dog's in here wandering around with us and someone's like, hey, where's the dog? Like, I don't know, she'll find us or we'll find her.
Yeah.
We come down to a wing and I can hear her whining. And in my head, I'm like, there's no way, because I knew we had not used the back staircase, and I didn't hear a door slam. But I can guarantee you, doggo, no.
Yeah. Wow.
So, she does that. Now you're gonna go up.
And this was just a bathroom, obviously.
Yep, they, when they designed it, it looks like they have separate tub rooms, and the tubs are in the middle. Because keeping in mind, sometimes, people with brains that don't always work the way that we want them to work might not want to take a bath. Or they might need some assistance. So having a tub in the middle of the room makes it easier for the caregivers to help people in baths. Okay, do that. So you're actually going to go up, and there'll be a door that looks like this at the top, and you'll go through that into the room on the left. The top step is a tad bit taller than the rest.
Wait, okay, so the second floor?
Yep, the green colored one.
The green color.
So you don't have to use the whole staircase, it's just the way that I found it. They did do remodeling over time. It's too hot to have these open. Not that that brings a lot of some of that fungi out. The room inside there actually used to be 2 separate rooms. If you look on the wall, you can see where the doorway used to be.
Oh, yeah.
And then they closed that off, made it a double room. The puzzles, which I believe are at least 2 puzzles, they were in the building. Not in this room, but they were in the building. I'm up to 21 people that I'm aware of that have taken a puzzle piece home with them. They did not know they took it home.
My nephew was one of them.
Don't tell me that. That's crazy.
They end up in, your pockets, your shoes, your bags, your clothes, your cars.
Wow.
6 people have sent theirs back. So if you find that you have a piece of puzzle and you don't want it, just email me. I'll tell you where to mail it.
Nice.
But yeah, and the puzzles are like the toys. Some of the pieces move to different rooms as well. And there's lots of different puzzles in various places, not just in this room.
So what was this back then?
This would have been a common room,
Okay.
like a community room type thing. So you would be hanging out. You'd probably do some sort of activity in here. You would have access to the balcony. You could go out there, probably for smoking purposes. It seemed like a lot of people would smoke. And that's kind of how they would use the rooms. We're still in the men's wing, but that doesn't mean that women wouldn't have come to the community room.
Okay. Sorry.
We're going to go in that one. So this is the red room. Red curtains. Blue room is at the opposite end. Now, they were both remodeled. You can see on the floor there where the walls used to be, doorways over there. So 2 tiny rooms, and they opened it up and made it a larger room. Now, early on, I was told by a deputy sheriff that he was here one night doing a search, because sheriffs were out here all the time. If staff can't find a resident, they call them up and say, hey, come help. So he came out, hit this room, and immediately saw a man pacing in that corner.
Wow.
Going back and forth.
That's weird. I immediately went to that corner when I came in.
I saw that.
That was really weird.
Now, this gentleman is really tall, he's very large, and he's kind of stooped.
Oh.
Now, that same described figure stands in the doorway of the blue curtained room. I do not know if they're the same person or not, but they look alike. The other commonality is that they're very protective of women. That is the women's wing.
Good thing for us.
So this guy is the kind of like a shadow figure.
Yeah.
And he's very tall. And he's like, no, this is not my man. 'Cause he's like,
Oh,
strong.
yeah.
This one is a little different, though. You're thinking of the guy that's in the basement.
Oh.
How many are there? One too many.
At least 3.
I'm gonna snag a picture here.
This one here, if you're lost, you're at the front of the building. This is probably my favorite room. It's very peaceful in here, very
I was
calming.
gonna say it feels better in here.
I love the colors. I don't like the paint field, but I love the colors. So the picture downstairs, that's the dresser where the gal took the picture
Oh, wow.
in there. And there are some other pictures in there where you can see images in the mirror.
Oh,
That was me. Not to scare anybody.
the one that we're saying is very
I didn't jump at all.
Where the pork face is all distorted? Yeah, that's
Oh,
the dress.
it's this mirror.
Yes. this one here.
Oh.
And there are people that take pictures of it. Probably the coolest thing I've ever seen that I do not have a picture of is I had given a tour to a mom, dad, and probably 3 or 4 teenage girls, and my overnight group got here early. And 2 of those ladies had never been here, so they were on the same tour. We come into this room, and the 2 ladies stood over there. Dad comes in, and one of the girls beelines it for the mirror, because she's checking her hair. She's all pretty. Dad takes a picture. I don't know if it was her dad or not, I just call him Dad. And then he gets this look on his face. I'm like, what? He showed me the picture. It was not the teenage girl in the mirror. It was one of the ladies that was standing over there. I have no idea how that's even possible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like,
It's a small mirror, too. I thought it was a big mirror.
nope.
Wow.
So, talk about manipulation.
It is dark.
Oh, this is not
I was going to say, wait till nighttime.
I hate that room.
So
Whatever is in there,
is here.
my heart just started beating so quick. Does that room make you feel like that too?
No.
Oh my god, like I could not get away from that fast enough.
So, Matt, have you met Creepy Guy?
Oh, yes, I have.
I have no idea where he's at.
I remember the first time I was here, he was in the boiler room. Only 1 of 2 jump scares I've ever had in an investigation, and he was one of them.
Yeah, that's why his name is Oh Jesus.
The second one just happened at Post House, so I've only been jump scared twice.
So we're going to go into room 200. That's this one there, so go ahead and come on in. Most of the rooms are numbered. We didn't do that. But room 200 is the reason that we do what we do. Shortly after we bought the place, my friend decides he's going to spend the night here by himself. And he picks this room because the hallway out there has always given him a very interesting feeling. It's just weird.
Yeah.
So he has his blankets and pillows and the dog, and about midnight he comes upstairs to go to bed. And he calls me. And I live about an hour away. And I was not comfortable with him being here. I'm telling him, you need to come home. He's like, I'm fine.
Were you guys already getting weird vibes from this place?
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of, I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, I don't, I don't want you out there all by yourself. You're out in the middle of nowhere in this giant building, da da da. And he's like, I'm fine. Nothing's going to happen. I'm like, no, I really need you to come home. He's like, I'm fine. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Except at this moment, something's touching my foot.
Like,
You need to knock it off. He's
Like
like, no,
that?
I'm serious. Something is touching my foot. I don't believe him. Until the dog went nuts. She pops up out of a dead sleep. And
is it your dog?
the dog, the black lab I was
Okay.
talking about. So he's telling me this over the phone. I'm hearing this. And he said, her hair is standing up all straight. She's facing the end of the bed. She's now doing this bark growl thing that we had never heard her do. I'm like, you need to leave. He's like, why? I'm like,
You need to leave.
and he's just like, matter of fact, like, why? Why?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why you need to leave, but why is the dog doing that? He's like, I don't know. I can see my feet. There's
Yeah.
nothing there, but she is agitated. And he's just very calmly telling me this. I'm losing it. And she calms down, and we talk for about 15, 20 minutes. What the heck happened? I mean, she just doesn't do things like that.
Yeah.
And then she did it again. Same thing. Up she pops, hair all over, barking, growling. This time she gets off the bed and she's nose to nose with the radiator.
Wow.
And by this time, his eyes have adjusted. He can see there too. And there is nothing there that he can see. But she is going after it. And then she sits and she becomes a little statue.
Okay, I just felt like a breeze passed me.
Well, you're standing right, in the right place.
Yeah. For that.
I'm gonna say that's- So we talked till about 2 a.m. and nothing else happened. But when he told me that something was touching his foot, literally, it was as someone was standing right here just squeezing his foot over and over again.
That's crazy.
And he's a science and physics guy, so everything's related to that. After that happened, another friend learned he stayed and had an experience, so he asked if he and a friend could come do an investigation. And we're like, oh, what? Because we really had no idea. So we said no. And then he asked again and again and again. I love him. Let him and his friends come on. They had flashlights and recorders. They knew he spent the night inside the building and they knew something happened. We didn't know what happened or what was happening. Next morning, the kid called up really excited. He said, "You really called?" And they were like, "We had no clue what he was." So, well, that's what happened. He knows EVP, and he listens to it on the laptop and on headphones for that. When I finally hear it, I can hear him ask what I now know are typical questions. Tell us your name, give us a sign, we're not here to hurt you. One of them asked, did someone stay here? We see there's blankets on the bed. At that time, room 200 was the only one that had blankets on the bed. So we knew they ended up in this room.
Were they his original?
Yes, they're the blankets that he left in the room.
Oh my god.
And then the other kid said, did you do something to them? And almost immediately on top of that, you can hear, I grabbed you.
Ooh.
In this guttural whisper, and I completely lost it at that point. I'm like, what is that? I listened to it over and over again for at least a half an hour.
Yeah.
Because
I
he
would've
knew,
sold.
I knew, the dog knew. We did not tell a soul. Next thing we hear is that kid put it out on Facebook.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's calling up saying, hey, these paranormal investigators want to come investigate your building. And we're like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Who was it? Like, did it go viral? Like,
I don't know if it went viral or not, but I think they were investigators. It was just a relative. And I think they were into this kind of stuff. And so he must have had some followers or some people that would see what he posted. And then it just kind of blossomed and people were reaching out to him. And then we actually met with a team out of the Des Moines area and said, crash course, what do you do and why?
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of went from there. So it's
These
a dog fault.
shoes, are these the original?
Those were here.
So was this considered the men's wing still?
I'm not entirely sure. In the middle of the upper floor, you have the single rooms. You have more carpet. You have some like better wallpaper, things like that. So it's either that people paid money to have a better room, or they needed a single room because they didn't know how to get along with others.
Okay. I want to ask you real quick. This room over here that's like in the dark.
Oh, by the door, yeah.
Not this.
Oh, the closet?
What the heck happened there? Because I was telling him I could not walk past that room fast enough, and as I was passing it, my heart just started beating so fast.
Well, I don't think it was anything other than
I
a
don't
closet.
want
It's not big
anything.
enough to be anything other than a closet, but it was group home living. So I would not be surprised if some bad thing happens.
Something's there.
in
Like I
that.
don't even want to look in that closet.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
And then when you transition from the men's wing down the hallway, we're going to go into the blue curtains room. We have this nice room that goes down a little bit. The boards in the windows are literally holding up the top windows, so don't remove any of those. But do let me know if they're down a little farther than that, because they're really hard to get up. There is a transitional step here, so do not face plant. That would be bad. We really shouldn't have light sources in the middle of the hallway either.
All these doors that are closed, what are these?
I do have a few doors that are locked on purpose, that we just have some stuff stored in them.
Okay, so they're not really, they're just.
And some of them would probably be storage rooms, closets. Like I said, I have no idea where you guys. So
You'll know when you see it.
careful when you open the door.
him.
You'll see it. We're not.
Yeah, you will know him when you see him.
Yeah,
You gotta
we're,
get
we're
the
not
picture.
giving it. We're not giving that surprise
Yeah,
away.
that window is down a little bit. I see it's going down a little farther. So the other thing about the windows is if you see the curtain move, double check to see if the top window is down a little bit.
Okay.
Because sometimes they are. But we did transition. In here, you can definitely see on the floor where the walls used to be, doorways over there.
Yeah.
Now, there are a couple of ladies in the room. The lady that's on this side has short, dark hair. She's sitting in a chair and she's kind of rocking. She's really not aware of her surroundings. The lady on the other side is elderly and angry. She's not angry at us or people that come. She's just mad in general.
Mhm.
And then the man that stands in the doorway. And there's probably others. Those are just the ones that I know about. And I'm not a big believer in names. I think that sometimes they can be stinkers just like we can.
Yeah.
I literally have another friend that you ask him his name, he'll give you a different name every time. And it's never the right one. Just because. I think sometimes that they may do the same thing. So, are there names that I do probably trust? Probably a few.
Sorry.
It's kind of harder to go.
Is this the room where something happened to one of them?
That's the one that I'm aware of is the first floor.
Oh, so it's like down, like here, but downstairs? Okay. So as far as you know, this is just
Could have happened elsewhere, but
residual?
the one
Okay.
downstairs I know of for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. This room doesn't feel bad.
All right, so you're probably going to need your flashlight because we're going to use the back staircase to go downstairs. Now you're going to go.
First.
Sorry.
You're going to go all the way down till you cannot
You need
go
to go
anymore.
Has a
Go
flashlight.
ahead.
Has a
Oh,
flashlight.
scared?
Sorry. You can go ahead.
And there'll be a door like this at the bottom. We'll go through that.
Thank you. Should I keep going down?
Yep. Down, down, down. Can't go no more.
Down.
It seems like a lot of steps, but we're going from the second floor all the way to the basement. So, and again, you don't have to use the back staircase.
trim.
The white door.
Yep, the white one. Not the brown one, will I'll end up in the closet and it's not very big.
Oh, this breeze is nice. It's a small breeze, but it's nice.
My flash turned
If you're
off.
feeling like you're lost yet,
Babe, my flashlight's off.
That's
Think it's
fine.
dead.
there you go.
Yeah, they like to turn it off.
Yes, they do. The first and the second floor, if you start center, go down, do an I, and come back. That's kind of how those two operate. The
Okay.
basement is a giant circle with some arms. So we start in this room. We're going to go that way, but we'll end up in the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Now you can see how this is a bright room. We've got the
That's
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay, she's coming in.
That really was about to send me home. It's not happening.
So once we get in the kitchen, I'll ask you something.
Okay.
See what your opinion is from something that happened a couple months ago.
So early on, we thought maybe we'd get a working bathroom inside the building, but because we don't heat it, gotta do special things. Now on the other side of that wall is a hallway that goes from the laundry room to the dining room, and right over next to that is a room that has a bathroom inside it. So my friend was here, probably between noon and 2. He walks into the bathroom, or the first room, and then into the bathroom, and that's it.
That was me upstairs.
Not a lot of space.
Yeah, we kind of figured.
I tripped over a piece of luggage. I put it back up where it went, but that was me.
Okay.
Yeah, always do that, always do that with me.
I know. I was like, I'm going down there. I don't want to be like drinking out. So I know. I thought you'd probably be down here.
But when he left the bathroom, he kicked something that he said was not on the floor when he went in. And it was a little yellow foam banana that the dog carries around with her. She wasn't here that day. He just missed it. He said, I didn't see it, whatever. Goes down to the boiler room, check the lines, now he's going to leave. And he hits this doorway. I mean, he barely, literally, just went boom. And out the corner of his eye, immediately he saw a man standing in that corner just like he could see you.
Like a.
He saw a full
not a
body.
shadow?
He saw a full body person. He literally thought there was someone standing in the corner. And his brain immediately leapt to, all my doors are locked. No one should be inside. What do I do? So he turns to confront the guy. Yeah. And he said he stared at him for what felt like forever, but it probably was only a few seconds. And then that man disappeared. And he was done. And he left, and he didn't come back in this building for 30 days. Now, he is a science and physics guy.
Sorry. It's good. It's indestructible.
Number 2. See, I started off.
Hold on to your words.
That was a dum-dum-dum moment.
Don't do that. But once he got his head wrapped around it, he kind of was more okay with it. So he describes this guy around, how tall are you?
6'1".
6'5"?
6'1".
1. So this guy's about 6'3", so a couple inches taller. Now he has got a dark brown, almost black beard that is really bushy and full. And he's wearing, the only way we can describe it is it's a leather duster. It's like a cowboy type coat. Now he does not have a cowboy hat on, but he's got a hat. And it is a flat brim round topped hat. And this gentleman was literally just standing there. And then he wasn't. I know other people have seen him either in this room or in the laundry.
Okay.
Now, the other person that hangs out in the basement, which I literally called the guy that lives in the basement, otherwise known as the Joker. Zach wanted to portray him pretty much as this big bad evil entity. So he focused pretty heavily on him. And the TV show didn't make up his name. He's had that name for years. He tends to be more mischievous. Also, I have never had anyone give me any features. He's a shadow. All white, all black, some combination of the two. But he is really tall.
Do you think it's the same guy?
I guess. And I do believe that he wants you to be afraid of him. It's not the bushy guy, not the bearded guy.
Oh, it's
someone
not
else,
the
not
same
him. He's just his own little person there. And I personally have been pushed, and I've had my hair pulled, and I've seen people scratched. I have never felt anything malevolent. Other people have. That's their experience. He tends to be ornery. He's been known to throw things, not at you, but to get your attention. If you have a tiny bubble, he is going to be all up in your bubble. Because that's how a tall person can intimidate.
Is that the?
I took that here.
Yeah,
And I thought that shadow, I've always thought that shadow was so weird.
that is weird.
Yeah. It's my phone, I dropped it. So
Uh-huh.
don't mind the lines going through it. I just didn't know if you could see it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a definite personal, that's a profile.
But
right
could you
there.
see the hat and like, I was wondering if you were.
I don't know. That could be it could be the guy who lives in the basement. Because the other guy has a big bushy beard.
The shadow she's
Like,
talking
He's
about.
definitely got a shadow figure on there.
Well, when I was here my first time with Grey Duck, I was back in the hallway at the custodial closet, and I didn't have any gear at the time because it was my first, so I just had my camera, and I was snapping pictures, and when I got back home, like in the hallway down there by the garbage can, I'm like, what the heck is that? It's just the torso of somebody standing there, like, taller than I was.
This is what I got for the Joker. Have you gotten any pictures of him? Can I show them real quick since we're talking about this here? This is the one
Oh,
that I
yeah,
got
the
flash photography.
I was like, I've seen the SLS footage of what I believe to be him as well.
Is it anywhere?
He's like, this one he was full, like, you could see top to bottom. He was really tall, like ceiling to floor tall.
Yes.
And
This guy like, seems. I couldn't tell. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if like I was.
Well, since we're talking about him,
What'd you get?
has he been known to mimic anybody you know of?
probably,
Because the last time we were here on Easter, so we're all down in the cafeteria doing an Estes session, and I heard a lot of noise in the kitchen area, so I'm like, oh, what the heck is that banging? So I ventured off in there to look to see what it was, and I found out it was just like rain hitting the siding over there. But so like I was kind of standing right by that chair,
Uh-huh.
and I heard my daughter clear as day off my left in the hallway like, Dad. I'm like, what? And she didn't respond. I'm like, what do you want? She goes, I didn't say anything. And everybody verifies that she didn't say anything.
I had an experience that with a group. We had done a tour and we're all going to the bathroom house. And one lady was literally, she's talking to her daughter. Her daughter was not there.
Oh wow.
Her daughter was still in the building. And we're like,
Oh.
okay.
So if I hear her voice again tonight,
There you go.
I'll be. So that's why she didn't come with. She goes, I want you to hear me, but I'm not there.
That would be interesting. Very
See, I think that. I'm pretty sure that picture of the guy was one of these like over there, like
Yeah, that's the boiler room down there.
yeah.
And the last time I was here, I was standing facing that little closet room, and I could hear something crawling underneath the wood, scratching at the bottom.
better not have been a damn raccoon.
It sounded like it was
Seriously hate those things.
louder than a raccoon. I'm like, nope, I'm not going back down there the rest of the night.
They should.
I'm interested to bring the
my friends
SLS
sent
down
me a
here
video.
to see if we can see anything.
Did you guys have an SLS camera?
No.
And then climbs the building.
Yeah, I wonder if we'd get anything.
Maybe they're making
So,
friends.
Last August when I was here, we were doing a double Estes in here. We had somebody under here and somebody there. My video camera was up here and my nephew's was over there. And the IR lights would go off simultaneously. So like mine would go off and then turn back on, and his would go off and turn back on for like an hour.
The Bel Air house, the IR lights on our iPhones were going off, and none of us could see. I was wondering because I was going through the footage, and like there kept being like lights blinking in our faces, but we weren't reacting. So I was like, "What is that?" And I realized the iPhone has an IR sensor on the front of the iPhone.
Yeah, you like your selfie camera.
And they were like using
I did
it
not
to
know that.
communicate.
Yeah, it's like we were sitting here looking at our phones, but on the camera you would just see like bling, bling, bling,
You can.
and they were touching our phones like.
I'll show you later. You can kind of see the
I brought my
red
Wonderbox.
infrared sensor
That
on
one
the
is
top.
really cool.
So this is the hallway I was pushed in. Again, middle of the day. I'm walking, I got maybe halfway down, and what I believe to be the guy that lives in the basement, otherwise known as the Joker, came at me and he shoulder jacked my left arm and I twisted all the way around. And I said, don't do that anymore, that little person. But he doesn't always
Is
listen.
this right here that little padded one?
No,
No, that's not
that's
okay.
just the purple room. I don't know.
Oh,
why.
it's purple. And that's what made me think that it was the last time we were in the wrong place.
Now there are a couple of walk-in coolers that you're welcome to explore, but I'm sure I wouldn't shut the door.
So this was like a storage, basically.
Yeah, your kitchen was in the basement, so your kitchen, laundry, dining. So this would have been all your kitchen, Your kitchen is there, and then
Isolation.
the dining room would be here.
Are those like
I'm wondering.
rustic?
No, they're cool.
Okay.
I think you're probably in there. So I don't know.
So for the most part, people had to come downstairs to eat. And that front room that we talked about, they did use that as a dining room because if you've noticed those little square doors, those are dumbwaiters. The pulleys are broken, so they don't go anymore, but that's what they would have done. Otherwise, you came down here.
Where do they go up to?
They go to each floor.
Okay.
So anytime you see a square door, that it would come up from.
So they eat the food down here, and the other ones would get sent up to
Well,
the rooms,
and
or-
if sometimes, like if they had a special event, they'd hold it in that main room up front there.
Oh, okay.
That kitchenette that's right next door.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They'd run the food up there, and then you would go. So I'm going to have you just walk and step into this little. You don't even have to go that. Just walk in like down the hallway.
Me?
Yeah, you guys.
You want me to?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going to go this way first, anyway.
Oh, together. I thought you were making me go down there myself.
We're going to go in the room. Oh, it's really nice, isn't it?
This is huge.
This was just a giant storage area. A lot of the decorations that are upstairs came from the basement. I moved a lot of stuff up. I had fun decorating. But this room, there's a grassy hill on the side of the building. There's a white box on it. You're now underneath that.
Oh.
This room is not original to the building. It was made as a storm shelter. So when the storms would come, they'd bring the residents down, and there used to be a door here, they would shut that. There used to be a door there, they would shut that, and they'd wait out the storms. I can't keep light bulbs in here because the humidity fries them, so I don't even try anymore. But if you go ahead and shut your light off, you can see how dark it's going to get once you lose your light pollution from outside. But this is not the darkest room in the building.
Nice.
No, you saw that one.
You're talking about the old edition?
That way.
So we're gonna come out this one, and you're gonna go straight down the hallway into the room at the end, and then just go to the right or the left. This is the arm part of the basement.
It is pretty big.
It's pretty
The whole-
big. The whole basement's huge.
So go straight ahead,
You going straight?
okay,
Oh, yeah.
and then just go to the right or the left. And watch out for random, pegs. I need to take these out of here. But you can see this was the maintenance guy's room. He had a lot of stuff. He was really organized. I like the room. It's unique because of the structure. So on this side you have brick, but then it transitions to the limestone with a concrete ceiling. So it's a really solid room. So come in, take 2 steps that way. We're not going to stand in the doorway, and we're going to shut our lights off.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Just hold it down.
So if you're standing, I don't care how long you stand there. You're never going to see your hand in front of your face. Now, when you don't have any lights and you lose the light pollution from the hallway,
right.
this is the darkest room in the building. Now, there are people that come with lots of equipment, lots of stuff, DVRs, flat screens, you name it. And there's others that just come with some simple stuff in their ears. Now, it has been reported that people have heard, either with their own ears or on their devices, get out or leave out of this room.
I've
Now-
gone back here before.
I had a lady that she gave me a different perspective. She said, maybe when you're hearing that, they are telling someone that they can see that you can't see to get out or leave. It's not
Maybe
necessarily
it might be a
recognition.
danger to,
That's what I
yeah.
always thought, yeah.
Like, well, that is really interesting. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you always see it from the
That is a
inside.
different perspective.
Yeah, it was right in that doorway by the garbage can where I got the figure on camera.
Oh, yeah. Could you send that to me?
Did I send it to you?
No, we're going to go in that one.
Yeah, I don't remember if I did or not.
I have to look in the book. So, your vehicles are parked outside this window. And if you look up, what do you see? You see grading.
Yes.
It used to be on the window. This is the old padded room.
Okay.
Now, they,
wow.
yes, they intended to have
Isolation.
insane people here. So they had a
Yeah.
spot for people. The padding would have hung from the ceiling, been secured to the floor, and there would have been a steel door here with a window in it. And they did use things like straitjackets and medication and things to calm people down. What on the original blueprints was a room called a cell, and I just always assumed this was it.
Yeah.
Doing more research, this room was not built until 1970.
Oh, wow.
So the
Yeah,
little
right.
storage room, there used to be a wall over there, and that would have been the unpadded order cell.
No,
Not the whole thing. There would have been a wall there.
I got it.
So you have your steel door, you have your little area that they would pop you in to calm you down, but it was not padded. But when they built this one, you know, they knew a little bit more about stuff and control rooms and things that they had to use. So that's how they did that. Now you're gonna walk that way.
What's that?
Something about this room feels different.
Yeah,
Think
it does.
so? But
Yeah,
this
I've
one-
walked through there before. I've never like got any. But we always walk through there before. But I always felt like something.
I feel something.